My dear friends, these pastimes of Almighty God is only for those whose heart is pure and fragile and delicate and full of love for God and holy men. If you don't have such a heart, please don't hear this. But we are not finished with you. Listen to my Yoga Vasistha programs. So, dear friends, now I am leading you into Trinavart episode, a beautiful pastimes of Sri Krishna. This is a whirlwind demon deliverance, okay? Trinavarta enlightenment. He was a highly religious, charitable, righteous young king whose name was Sahasraj, surrounded by his astoundingly beautiful wife with her few hundred teenage girl friends. He was sporting in Narmada river, hours passed, enjoying romantic view, romantic sight. Everyone was enjoying. Suddenly sage Durvasa popped out from somewhere. Obviously, king was in no mood to receive a river and honor a holy man in these romantic moments. So he felt it awkward to bow down to a dry, austere person in front of all these hundreds of sweet young ladies who knew only funfair and giggling. So, not only he failed to honor mm, the holy man by offering salutation, but also to please his girls, he insulted him. Durvasa, a well-known worldwide for his invincible wrath, Durvasa'S thunderbolty curse fell on his head. His life completely ruined, devastated. He turned into a ferocious demon. He cannot love now. He can only hate. His beauty, his charm is finished. Dreaded ogre face appeared instead. He can no longer make love. He can only rape and kill. As a result of his former noble deeds, he got enormous power and gigantic or iron-strong body. He persecuted and tortured the people for many years. Then another curse of some saint destined him to stay as bodiless whirlwind. Ultimately, he also became a member of Kansa's demonic parliament. One day he said, One day Kansa said, Oh dear Trinavart, I am still not sure about my enemy. I will be so grateful if only you get him and if possible bring him to me through speedy um, blow of your whirlwind arm and just kill him right there or just kill him any way you like. His Majesty, don't worry, be happy. Consider the job is done. I'll get him. He is still just a little kid. I will bring him here, and we will make him dance on your tune and laugh at him. Assuring him thus, Trinavarta left. He came to Gokul. एकदारोहमारूढौ लालयन्ति सुतं सती गरिमाणं शिशोर्वोढुं नासे गिरिकूटवत्. Now the baby is almost 1 year old. One day Mother Yashoda was lovingly fondling her son, lifting him up above her head, as if teaching him how to fly. Suddenly she felt him so heavy that she placed him on the floor to crawl and play. She went to attend her other duties, which also were for her baby in roundabout way. Therefore, Mother Yashoda's going to involve in other works is not at all a blot to her dedication, devotion, or ananyata. So right then Trinavarta came in the form of a mighty whirlwind shaking up the entire town. The baby was grabbed by Trinavarta and flown away up in the far distant sky. Many trees broke, so many roofs were blown away. Dust spread all over. Gopas, gopis, and cows closed their eyes due to dust and got scared. Darkness spread all over. Mother rushed to hold her baby, but to her utter shock of painful surprise, he was not there. Mother moved everywhere, groping all around, stumbling, trying to find her baby. She was not bothered by wind as she became devastated. Not finding him anywhere, she was devastated. So then, in a most pathetic way, Mother Yashoda cried and dropped down on the ground unconscious. Feeling this, all milkmaids also were crying. In half an hour, when vehemence of the wind and dust abated, they all began heavy search for the baby. Meanwhile, what happened, my dear friends? As soon as Trinavarta grabbed the baby grabbed his neck. As the demon rose up in the sky and sped up towards the capital Mathura, he could not move a single inch in any direction. All what he could do is fly above and above and above high. So he flew only up above, far and away. By flying up, the baby's weight started growing enormously. He was hanging on his neck. Trinavarta felt as if millions of tons of heavy rock is swinging by his neck over his chest. It was still getting heavier every second. He now began struggling hard to throw him away, get rid of him, and save his own life. But the wonder baby had caught his throat very hard. Pressure went on heavier, so much that he started groaning. And then with a heavy scream and deafening roar, he fell down dead on the earth. All his limbs shattered, and eyes shot out of the sockets, my dear friends. Pradaya matre pratihitya vismitaha krishnam chatasya rasi lambhamanam gopyascha gopa kilananda mukhya labdhva punah prapurativa modam. Astonished to find the baby laughing, playing happily, and dashing his feet and hands on demon's chest, the milkmaids picked him up and took him to his mom. By the soothing touch of her baby, Mom became conscious, and placing him by her heart, she was shedding tears of joy. A touching song erupted and echoed all around. Surrounded by the gopis, Nandaji and Gopas ran down, seeing his baby's smiling face, finding him liberated from the jaws of death. They sank in excessive joy, my dear. Oh, what a joy! pious soul is delivered from the danger by virtue of his own even-mindedness, and wicked fellow perished by his own sin. The blessings of wise men are really at work with my child. Thus spoke Nandaji Maharaj, and was very happy. My dear friends, more sweet pastimes now. धनी जसुमति बड़ भागिनी लिए कान खिलावे तनक तनक भुज पकड़ के ठाढ़ो न सिखावे लरखरात गिरि परत है चले घुटरु निधावे उनि क्रम क्रम भुज टेकी के पग द्वैक चलावे अपने पाए निकबहि लो मोहि देखन धावे सूरदास जसुमती है विधि सो जुमनावे. Now started flowing again in the Gokul the holy Ganga of the sweet and sacred pastimes of Lord Krishna. Oh, blessed Yashoda ji indeed! She is fondling her baby in her lap, other times holding his tiny hand. She is teaching him to stand, my dear. He staggers, stumbles and falls. Then he crawls and moves on his knees. Mother holds his hands. Mother holds his hands and walks him again few steps. She is making a wish. When my baby will come to see me running on his own feet. Holding his finger, Nandaji is walking his baby. He staggers and falls. Nanda helps him stand, then makes him speak. Couple of his tiny front teeth on top and bottom have grown. He looks beautiful when he smiles, and his teeth shines, my dear. Now he walks a couple of feet without help. Then he sits on the floor and sings. Then he flees back in home, crawling on his knees. गहे अंगुरिया ललन की नंद चलन सिखावत अरबराय गिरि परत है करटे की उठावत. The child now walks on his own 2 steps at a time. His anklets jingle, his hip and wrist bells ring. All Gokulian gopis and gopas have run down to see him. Mother is whacking him, holding his finger on. He glances around as soon as he gets time from his big labor. He has now started recognizing faces of gopis and gopas, my dear friend. Hari Hari Hasata Mero Madhaya. Yashoda ji is singing. Hari Hari, what a great joy, my child is laughing today. Mother Yashoda is singing song on her baby. झुनुक श्याम की पैजनिया. Today Mother Yashoda and Rohini both are walking him, holding his fingers from left and right. Small is his mouth, small yellow shirt he is wearing. In the neck he is wearing a necklace with a tiger nail and mystic diagram, yantra. Black dot on his left temple, artistic sandal paste on forehead, and many ornaments. Not only entire Gokul, but sages, yogis, and gods of heaven, and so many planets have come down running to watch this amazing sight, my dear. An ecstatic milkmaid is proclaiming from her rooftop, "O human beings of the world, listen up. I happened to go to Yashoda's home today. Ever since I saw her baby, my heart, my body, my sight all became spacious, eternal, sham. But to my utter surprise, it is illuminating. In the sky, in the forest, at home, or outside, everywhere, that tiny-mouthed, tiny-legged baby of Yashoda is dazzlingly dancing. Oh, I see him everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. जब तै आंगन खेलत देखियो, मैं यशोदा को पुतरी, तब तै गृह सोना तो टूट्यो, जब से तब तै गृह सोना तो टूट्यो, जैसे कांचो सूतरी. Listen, my dear. As soon as I saw Krishna baby playing in his yard, my all ties of relationships with home and kinsmen broke down as rock thread does with the slightest pull. When he speaks stammering indistinctly, my ears long and crave and lust earnestly to gulp all of it. Then through my eyes liquid love floods, inundating all other hearts and desires. Oh, his shining forefront teeth, oh, his beauty, oh, his grace. मानो सुंदरता के मंदिर में रूप रतन की ज्योति रे. As if in the temple of beauty, his form is illuminating as precious most gem. यशोदा तेरो चिरजीव हो गोपाल. My dear friends, thus gopis have turned crazy everywhere today, surrounded with gopis. Mother Yashoda is churning curd, and lo, her baby Krishna came and held the churning rod. Mother smiled and said, "My child, show me your dance, and I'll feed you with fresh, soft, sweet makhan." My dear friends, makhan is not that stone-hard, frozen butter that you are acquainted with. It is makhan, that means very sweet makhan. Just dance. Yashodaji says, just dance and let these, my friends, all the gopis clap on the tune. Okay, baby? जननी कहती नाचो तुम दई हो नवनीत मोहन, रुनुक झुनुक चलत पाइनु पुर धुनि बाजे. गावत गुण सूरदास बाढ़ो जस भुवय आकाश, नाचत त्रैलोकनाथ माखन के काजे. What happened then? Right then the child took position, my dear, and lo, he began dancing. His anklets, hip bells, and wrist bells all jingling sweetly. Saint Surdas shouted aloud. Oh, his fame filled the entire world. The Lord of the universe is dancing for a piece of butter. As the churning rod is sounding, likewise in the same tune the child is dancing, giving his hands, feet, and head various twists and turns and shapes. त्यों त्यों मोहन नाचे जो जो रही घमर को होइरी, तैसिए किंकिनी धुनि पगनु पुर सहज मिले सुर दोइरी. At the end, still dancing, Krishna begged, Tanak dairi mai, mo makhan tanik dairi mai. And he is still dancing and spreading his hands. Give me now the reward of my dancing. And mother is smiling, all gopis are smiling, all blissed out. My dear friends, next episode. Today, Krishna is holding butter and bread. It resembles a lotus has grabbed nectar from the moon today. Hari kar rajat makhan roti kanaka katora pratahi dadhigrit sumithai खेलत खात गिरा वही झगड़त दो भाई. In a gold plate, rasmalai, rabdi, and makhan and misri, he is holding and eating with Balramji, his elder brother. They are eating, some dripping, some spilling, and also quarreling each other as regular children. One day Yashodaji, placing his baby in her lap, was breastfeeding. Then suddenly Krishna yawned, and lo, to her utter surprise, she saw in his tiny mouth innumerable galaxies and universes with a host of luminaries, sun, moon, globe, mountains, rivers, forests, and all kinds of beings. Sa vikcha vishwam sahasa rajan sanjata vepathu Sammilya mrigashavakshi netre asit suvismita. Then seized with a tremor, she closed her eyes and in wonder and suspense she surrendered to the Almighty God. And encounterment with the cosmic Virat ceased, my dear friends, then. Now naming ceremony and the fast flow of the holy Ganga of sacred pastimes of Krishna. Gargah Purohito Rajan Yadunam Sumahatapaha Vrajam Jagamanandasya Vasudeva Prachodita. Gargaji is sitting in front of all the mothers and Nanda Baba and all important Gopas in cowshed near the bank of Yamuna river. The one Gargaji is saying, sitting in the lap of Mother Yashoda to test my astrological expertise is Balram, because he will enthrall his kinsman's heart by his great qualities. Having superhuman power, Bala, he will be known as Balram. By his gentle personality, he will be known as Balabhadra. He will unite the dividing parties of relatives and people of the world. So his name will be Sankarshan. Being elder, he will be known as Baldav. Thus explained Gargacharya. And Yashoda looked at Rohini and spoke in eye language. We are cut. Sister, we are cut. The sage is perfect. The second one, Gargaji said, who is sitting in the lap of Rohini ji, will be the spaced out, in inundating love. Therefore will become spacious, sky-like, vast eternity. That will be his nature. He will be the prophet of cosmic consciousness, of all different colors and mellows. Okay, that is why he is sapphirish, blue, Sham. Therefore, I name him as Shyam Sundar. I also name him Krishna Chandra. He will deliver you from trouble time and again, time and again. He will inhabit a new city, establish a new empire, redeem the pious, and will be very, very rough and tough and heavy to the troublemakers and the wicked. Gargaji then went on decoding astrological terminologies and predicted his future. Nanda, Yashoda, Rohini and all present Gopas were thrilled and enthralled. They offered lots of gifts and feasted the saints with eye-popping delicatessen. Okay? Gargaji left. Balramji is now 15 months old and Krishna is 3 months and 10 days old. Look, now he became 6 months old, okay? Annaprashan Sanskar, that is, food tasting ceremony began. 56 varieties of delicious food items have been cooked. They range 6 different tastes, okay? A plate with each perfuming items was placed near his lips. He licked the sweets and loved milk products. All Gopas, all Gopis were watching intently. They all became thrilled and ecstatic. Thrilled and enthusiastic awareness is called love, and stilled awareness is known as mystic trance, samadhi, or the bliss point of your successful meditations, my dear friends, okay? Tatastu Bhagavan Krishna, Shukdev Ji Maharaj is saying, Tatastu Bhagavan Krishna, Ayasair Vrajabalakai, Saharamo Vrajastrinam, Chikride Janayan Mudam, Krishnasya Gopyo Ruchiram, Vichakaumara Chapalam, Shinvatya Kirtanmado iti vochu samagata. Now Sri Krishna, accompanied with his brother and boys of his own age, begin to sport in Gokula, delighting the heart of the gopis. Gazing on his charming childhood pranks, they went to Mother Yashoda and said, these pastimes of Lord Krishna are for the purpose of meditation, my dear friends, and not to imitate, not for acting out any caste, okay? Some pastimes are to stir out wisdom, others to relish them so deeply that you transcend the physical world, invoke devotion and arrive in God consciousness, arise in God consciousness, okay? These leelas are manifestations of divine for the welfare of the world. The enlightened saints have introduced them to the mankind as ultimate remedy to pain and miseries of life. Okay? Therefore, listen it with Shraddha and Vishwas, a fragile love, all that is. Prashasta Keshayasya, one who has prolonged silky hair, that Krishna is known as Keshava, or Kascha Ascha Ishascha Kesha Tan Vayate Prashasti iti Keshava. One who is the director of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva is called Keshav, or one whose bright face emanates the rays of beauty and grace is Keshav, or Keshan Vayate Prashasti Radhaya iti Keshava. One who combs and decorates the hair of Radharani is Keshav. So here we begin, my dear friends, the pastimes of such a Keshava. कालेन व्रजताल्पेन गोकुले रामकेशवो जानुभ्याम् सपाणिभ्याम् रिङ्गमाणौ विजर्रतो तावङ्ग्रयुग्ममनुकृष्य सरीसृपन्तौ घोषप्रघोषरुचिनौ व्रजकर्दमेषु तन्नादुरिष्टमनसा वनुसृज्यलोकम् मुग्धम् प्रभीतमधुमेयतुरन्ति मात्रो तन्मातरौ निजसुतौ घृणया स्नुवन्त्यो पङ्काङ्गरागरुचिरावपगुह्यदुर्भ्याम् दत्त्वादनम् रविवतोऽस्ममुखम् निरीक्ष्य मुग्धस्मितार्वदशनम् ययतुः प्रमोदम् शोभितकरनवनीतलिये घुटरुनचलद रेणुतनमण्डित मुखदधिलेपकिये चारुकपोल लोललोचन गोरोचन तिलक दिए वत्सान मुञ्चन् क्वचित् समये ग्रोढसञ्जातात् स्तेयम् स्वाद्वत्यथ ददतिपयः कल्पितैस्तेययोगैः. Large number of milkmaids have gathered in Yashoda's house today, my dear. They say, dear Yashoda, your son cannot stand anybody's bondage. As soon as he sees calves bound, he releases them untimely. When we scold, he just laughs. And do you know, there are hundreds of kinds of yoga. Raja Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Nada Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Purna Yoga, Maharaj Yoga, and Rajadhiraj Yoga, and Adhirudha Rajadhiraj Yoga, and Brahma Yoga, and so on. But your son is the founder of a new yoga, the yoga of stealing. Steya Yoga, Kalpita Steya Yogaihi. He comes to our home so quietly and stealingly eats up our curd and makhan, the butter. Please try to understand the words of gopis. All popular yogas are Pampadartha Pradhan, which means ego-based and object-identified. It makes you feel, I did it and got to obtain this much out of it, out of my meditation. So this is how all the yogas work. But Sri Krishna's Teya Yoga is not like this. In it, Krishna comes himself and steals away your heart butter. Okay, all your I, my, me notions and gigantic hope with a master plan to a great ambition with all your entrepreneurial spirit is inherent in your heart butter. Therefore, it is Tat Padartha Pradhan. Human being has nothing to do at all. All are just being taken care of automatically, my dear friends. Markan Bhokshan Vibhajati Sachen Nasti Bhandam Minatte. Milkmaids complain to Yashodaji, dear sister, your son comes to our home and says, hurry, come with me, pick up your best, the best curd, butter, and milk product, and rasgulla, and rabri, and malai, all of them. Okay, and he says, because a great many saints have come from the Himalayas, and he ran down with our the bests, okay? We run down with him holding our the best materials of home. And then, and when we rush to the spot, we only find rows and rows of monkeys sitting there. He serves them all our the bests to those monkeys. And if a monkey did not eat, he breaks our pots, declaring it impure and sickening. He tells us, look, this is sage Angira. And he points to a monkey and he says, this is sage Agastya, the age-old historic saint, honorable Saint Agastya. And this is sage Vasishtha, the founder of Vedanta. And this one is Mahavatar Babaji Caliber Yogi. and so on. And if they look only monkey-like, it is your fault. So correct yourself with spiritual practice. This is how Krishna teaches us. So, द्रव्यालाभे स गृहकुपितो याति pakroshyadokan. When we keep our things up in unreachable spots, then he acts mischievously. When we chase, he runs away. He comes with lotus stems. He throws the other end into our milk hanging on top and one end into his mouth and drink it down. As I awoke with the drinking sound, he blew his mouthful milk on my face and flew away. Shodaji, what's this? Hastagrahye rajeti vidhim pitakolu khaladyai. At times he climbs upon the shoulder of his friends, who are standing upon many more vertically, or staying below, make a hole beneath our clay jar, and then milk and curd poured down, and they open their mouths standing below and enjoy drinking, eating everything. Dvantagare dhritamaniganam swangamaratha pradipam. When we hide them in the dark, O Yashodaji, then these shining jewelries of diamonds and pearls you have worn him illuminate everything, and he gets them all. Itham strivi savanana Sri Mukhalokini Vyakhyata Prasidamuki no Yopalabdhumekchat. While telling all these, the gopis kept looking at the lovely face of baby Krishna with a slight tinge of pride. Looking at him, their heart became so flooded with devotion that they could not speak any word anymore. खेलत श्याम आपने रंग, खेलत श्याम आपने रंग, खेलत श्याम आपने रंग. My dear friends, let me lead you into a new episode, Rishi Durvasa'S shocking enlightenment episode, okay? Athabraje Ramakrishno Balasinghavalokano Padhyam Chalanto Ghoshesho Vardhamano Babhuvatu. Then these two brothers, the cub-glancing ones, began to walk on their own and started growing up like size of moon in bright fortnights. In the silvery sands of Yamuna beaches, with Subal, Sridama, Madhumangal, they strolled and played. Yamuna sikte shubhre ludhandam sakutu halo. Kalindyu pavane shamai stamalai saghanai vrite. Kadamba kunya shobhaje cheratu Rama Krishna Keshavo. The news of Krishna and Krishna's incarnation spread out in many planets. Yogis and rishis came to see and conveyed to their loved ones the very lovely news. How Krishna looked, his grace, his majesticity, his greatness. Once the famed sage Durvasa, the hot-tempered one who curses easily with the slightest mistake, that hot-tempered great Rishi Durvasa came to see Krishna. Is very powerful sage who can do anything in the world. The world is like a flower in his hand, a little fruit in his hand. He can do anything to anybody. such a powerful but very hot-tempered. He came to see Krishna. He saw him near Mahavan, playing on soft silvery sands, my dear, dust-smeared body, curly hair, naked, wrestling with his friends, running, chasing, escaping, and laughing aloud. Durvasaji was shocked with surprise. He concluded, this is no God. This is no God. God cannot be like this. This is just a kid, a baby of Nanda. As soon as he thought like this, right then Krishna came playing on and just put a handful of dust on his beard, and then he sat on his lap. श्रीमन्मदनगोपालं लुठन्तं बालकैः परस्परं प्रयुध्यन्तं बालकेलिं मनोहरौ धूलधूसरि सर्वाङ्गं वक्रकेशं दिगम्बरौ धावन्तं बालकैः सार्धं हरिं वीक्ष्य सविस्मितः. Then, in a moment, Krishna rose and glancing at Durvasa like a cub, speaking baby language sweetly, he ran away. Durvasa kept gazing. In a moment he returned and stood before the sage and inhaled soon. Right then Durvasa saw he is blown into his belly with his breath in, and saw there a totally new world. He was dropped in a wild forest which appeared to be endless. For many years Durvasaji wandered on and on and on. Then one day a python swallowed him up. There he saw another set of 14 worlds, Bhur, Bhuva, Swa, Jana, Tapa, Satyam, and Atal, Vital, Sutal, Sarasatal, Patal, all of them. He traveled in all 7 continents of our planet Earth, enjoying the panoramic sights. He came to the White Mountain. It was amazingly beautiful. He settled there and meditated for thousands of years. Then the time of final dissolution came. Oceans rose high, sinking the earth to their bottom, my dear friends. And then Vasaji began swimming with his wooden sandals with the high heel sandals. And 4,000 million years passed. Oh my God! He collapsed. Durvasaji collapsed. And he soon, after years, he awoke and was sucked up by a black hole. Inside he saw a new universe with a very advanced civilization, culture and religion. He lived there for about 5 billion years. He got detached. He renounced and meditated for 5 zillion years. Then the Lord appeared and said, ask for benediction, O Durvasaji. And Durvasaji said, O Lord, bless me with a beautiful wife. Lord then laughed. He laughed wholeheartedly. A big belly laugh indeed. Then what happened? Just what? Durvasaji was pulled in with the Lord's breath, and through the passage of his throat, Durvasaji slipped into his mouth. Then at last he was dashed down. He landed onto the Yamuna beach. There he saw the same Lord Krishna, baby Krishna, who has incarnated recently, few months ago, and he was still playing with his friends in Mahavan. Punar Vinargado Pashabalam Sri Nandanandanam Kalinde nikate punye saikate ramanasthale Balagaidam Krishnam Vijarantam Mahavane. Then trembling with fear that he should not again breathe me in and dump me in the belly hell again. Durvasa'S with folded palms fell prostrate before Krishna, baby Krishna, and shouted aloud, Trahimam, Trahimam, my Lord, don't do that to me again. I do recognize you now, O Lord, as Almighty God, the transcendent reality. I promise, I never doubt you. I never bother your devotees anymore. Balam Naveen Shadapatra Vishala Netram Bimbadaram Sajalamegharujim Manogyam Mandasmidam Madhura Sundara Mandayanam Sri Nandanandanamam Manasa Namami. Baby Krishna then smiled at Durvasa'S and pouring handful of dust on his head, saying in his baby language, Don't ever doubt on me unless you wish to caress a vegetating life, O Durvasa'S. In the stinking ditch of transmigration, a vegetating life indeed. Oh, my stubborn baby, the so-called great Saint Durvasa. Oh, hot-tempered, easily cursing and dashing, hurling big curse. Oh, hot-tempered Durvasa, remember your promise now. Okay, go and enjoy in the world. Om, 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 Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Arati Kunja Vihari ki, Sri Giridhara Krishna Murari ki, Gale mein Vaijayanti Mala, Bajave Murali Madhura Bala, श्रवण में कुंडल झलकाला नंद के आनंद नंद लाला गगन समयंग गांधी गाली राधिका जमगरई आली लदन में ठाणे वनमाली भ्रमरसी अलक कस्तूरी तिलक चंद्र सी झलक ललित झवी श्यामा प्यारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की कनकमय मोर मुकुट विलसै देवता दर्शन को तरसै गगन सो सुमन राशि बरसै बजे मुह जंग मधुर मृदंग ग्वालिनी संग अतुल रति गोप कुमारी की चमकते उज्ज्वल तट रेणु बज रही वृंदावन वेणु चहुदिनी गोपी ग्वाल धेनु अगद मृदु मंद जानिनी चंद कणद भव बंद तेर सुनई नेह भिखारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की ओम 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 ओम